हरि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So I was requested to take a special class on Ekadasi. So this verse we will take tomorrow. Okay. Om अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षु उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नामस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a small boy, he was named Nimai. And in childhood, Nimai is very naughty. So naughty that he would demand any foodstuff or article from his parents, and they have to give in 2 minutes, faster than Amazon Prime. And if he doesn't get it in quick time, he would cry, he will scream, he will break everything in the house. He's so naughty. Early morning, he will go outside his house, and the neighbors have not yet woken, and he will stand outside the house of the neighbor and wait for the neighbor to wake up. And when he sees the neighbor has woken up, he would go and lock the house from outside. And earlier toilets were outside the house. And when somebody wakes up, the first thing he needs is to use toilet. And he finds the door locked. That was quite challenging. So he will see from the window if any passerby, the street would be empty. Only Nimai would be there, laughing. And the neighbor will signal to Nimai, open the door. Nimai will say no. He'll say, I give you sweets. He'll say no. And you will enjoy the fun. That is Nimai. Krishna, who is very mischievous and naughty in childhood. So sometimes his parents would be afraid that if this boy asks something, we should immediately fulfill. Otherwise, he will break everything up. He will mix rice, sugar, salt, grain, dal. He'll mix everything. You can't unmix all these things, so it will go waste. So this naughty Nimai one day went to Sachi Mata in the kitchen, the mother of Nimai, and paid full Dandvat Pranam. Sachi Mata was surprised. This boy is paying Dandvat Pranam. Then he folded his hands and he said, Maya, very politely he said, can I ask you something? Sachi Mata was surprised how this boy became so humble and polite. He is used to giving orders and demands. Now he's paying obeisances, folding his hands, and in such a low volume, humbly asking me something. Maya said, yes, for you, even my life I will give. Tell me, what do you want? And he said, my dear mother, I just want that you follow Ekadasi. A small boy speaking like this, amazing. And Sachi Mata said, yes, yes, you are correct. From today I will follow Ekadashi. Why she was not following Ekadashi? Earlier there was a misconception, a wrong tradition that among females, among Matajis, those who have husbands, they should not follow Ekadashi. Those who are widows, whose husbands have died, only those ladies should follow Ashkadashi. That was a misconception. And Sachi Mata is, of course, has a husband. And also she was still breastfeeding Nimai. And the Matajis who deliver the baby, they need to eat extra food so that milk is formed. So they will eat grains, and that is okay. Small children, patients, breastfeeding Mataji, these they are exempted from fasting if they can't do. So she was still breastfeeding Nimai, so she was eating grains. It's required. And It was a misconception. It's only for the widows, fasting for the widows. So she was not following. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even before preaching the holy name of Krishna, even before spreading the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in this way, very humbly, he introduced Ekadashi, that everybody should follow Ekadashi. Even my mother should follow Ekadashi. So Ekadashi fasting is one of the important limbs of devotional service. It is mentioned in the 64 items of bhakti that one should fast on Ekadashi. And it is mentioned in 64 offenses that eating grains on Ekadashi is offense. So one should follow it. Fasting on Ekadashi is austerity. And in our bhakti, austerity has a very important role. Krishna is very clever and he wants to know how much pain we are ready to take for him. Because pain is a direct proof to Krishna that I love you. Because if I take pain for Krishna, that is a clear indication that I love you, otherwise why I will take pain? So Krishna wants to know whether we are ready to take pain for him or not. So he has introduced the concept of tapasya, austerity. What is austerity? Austerity means three things. Tapasya. Voluntarily, when one takes bodily inconvenience for pleasure of Krishna or for spiritual growth, that is called austerity. So first, it should be bodily inconvenience. Second, it should be voluntarily chosen by self. And third, it should be for spiritual advance. Then that inconvenience is called austerity. If somebody is not eating because he doesn't have food, it is bodily inconvenience, but it is not voluntary. He is starving because he doesn't have. So that is not called austerity. If somebody is not eating, even though he has food, because he is protesting for a political will, so he is voluntarily not eating. He is voluntarily taking bodily inconvenience. But that is not called tapasya, that is not called austerity. Why? Because it is not for spiritual advance. So austerity means voluntarily taking pain, taking bodily inconvenience for spiritual advancement. And it should be authorized. Not suddenly I don't eat on Monday for Krishna's page. How Krishna will be pleased you don't eat on Monday? Doesn't make sense. It should be authorized. So the fast of Ekadashi is authorized. So when we voluntarily refrain from eating grains and fast on the day of Ekadashi to please Krishna, that is bona fide austerity. And Ekadashi is a day of Lord Hari. On this day, very easily one can advance in spiritual life. The day itself is very powerful. Fasting on that day means not to eat grains, beans, and pulses. Eating grains on Ekadashi, even offered to Vishnu, Mahaprasad is sinful. One should not eat grains. One should fast. And it is known as Upavas. Upa means near. Vas means stay. Upavas means stay near Krishna. So the purpose of not eating on Ekadashi is I have more time to stay near Krishna. Not that because I am not eating and cooking, let's go to movie, let's go to play. Then the purpose is not solved, not working out. The main purpose is to increase our chanting, reading, hearing, devotional service, and reduce our eating, sleeping, and other bodily activity. Every day we do a fixed amount of chanting, reading, hearing, bhakti, and we want to do 24 hours. Eventually, one day, want to increase. How will we increase? Ekadashi is a day to experiment with our schedule, with ourselves, that every day I do this much bhakti, this many rounds, this much reading. On Ekadashi, let me increase and double. So gradually, one day I can be confident to increase it more further and make it fixed. So Ekadashi day is a day which attracts the mercy of Krishna manifold. It's a day to practice and increase our chanting and hearing and bhakti and devotional service so that eventually we can fit it in our schedule for every day. Increase bhakti, every day increasing our bhakti. So many devotees generally they reduce their eating and sleeping on an Ekadashi chant 25 rounds or 32 rounds or 64 rounds and more hearing, more reading, less sleeping and reduce other bodily activities. And Krishna reciprocates by giving more benefit. So the 16 rounds I chant on other day and the same 16 rounds I chant Ekadashi, Krishna gives more benefit on that day, say double benefit. So on non-Ekadashi day, I chant 16 rounds, I get benefit of 16 rounds. On Ekadashi day, I chant 16 rounds, I get benefit of 32 rounds or more. That is called discount. Generally, shops, to increase their business and attract customers, they do sales, 50% off, buy one, get one free. Why they do that? They give more benefit to the customer and attract the customers, increase the number of customers. If a shop advertises sale tomorrow, that if you purchase one item, you get same item free from tomorrow. Will you purchase it today? No, you will purchase it tomorrow because you're going to get one free. So for $100, you got one quantity today. Tomorrow for $100, same item, two quantity. So we will wait for tomorrow. In the same way, Krishna gives two discount days in a month. That today you do bhakti, you get more benefit. That does not mean the day prior to Ekadashi I don't chant and do my chanting next day. This is for new customers. Those who otherwise don't do bhakti, at least we can preach to them. Okay, every day you don't come to temple, at least Ekadashis you come. Okay, sometimes you chant 2, 4, 8 rounds. At least Ekadashi you chant 16 rounds. And it works. I've seen many children. They chant 16 rounds on Ekadashi, other days 2, 4 rounds they chant. Because Ekadashi attractive. The day itself is powerful. The day itself is such that our bhakti increases. The tithi, the day has that potency. So we perform austerities to please Krishna. And we cannot do austerities like earlier, going to the forest and staying for thousands of years. They would, in the hot sun, stay in the forest under the sun. And in winter time, they will stay inside the river. half immersed, to increase the bodily inconvenience. We cannot do all this, but we have minimum austerity to follow Ekadashi, which means not to eat grains, beans, and pulses on that day. Grain contain sins on that day. If you consume grains, we get sins. And get up early morning for Mangalarti and chant our rounds. This is the minimum austerity we follow. And four regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. And by that we advance in bhakti. Interestingly, Nimai, when little bit grew up, whenever he would cry from childhood, the only way he will stop is when somebody chants the holy name of Krishna. Then he would stop crying. Even when a small baby, he would cry. Somebody will bring Sunday, sweet. He will not stop. Somebody bring toy. He will not stop. Somebody bring banana. He would not stop. And ladies would clap and chant Hare Krishna. He would stop crying and he would smile and laugh and raise his hands and everybody will dance. So it became a game. They will make a game. They will wait for Nimai to cry, and he cries. They will do kirtan. He will stop crying. Then again they will pinch him. He will cry. Again they will do kirtan. Again he will stop crying. They started playing the game with Nimai. First make him cry, then chant, and he will stop crying. Amazing game. In this way, he introduced and induced everybody to chant by crying. And he will not get pacified unless there is kirtan. So one day Nimai was crying. They brought sweets and toys. He didn't pacify. They chanted the holy name. He didn't pacify. They did kirtan and dancing. He didn't pacify. It was an amazing day. Even kirtan is not pacifying him. And that was Ekadashi day. All the members of the family got assembled, worried what happened to him. Is he in pain? Is he in disease? What has happened to him today? Even chanting and dancing, he is not getting quiet. Then they asked Nimai, what happened to you? What do you want? Why are you crying? You tell us, we will bring it for you. Suddenly children cry. We think he wants something. And if I give, he will be stop crying. He will pacify. Nimai, what do you want? Nimai said, can you really give me what I want? They said, yes, we will give you what you want. He said, there are two devotees, Jagdish and Hiranya. They have offered very nice prasad to their deity in the house. I want that prasad. Jagdish and Hiranyas were very great devotees, and they had Shaligram Shila in the house, Lord Vishnu, and it was Ekadashi, and they had offered many, many grain offerings. Krishna doesn't have to follow Ekadashi. He is not Krishna conscious. He is not supposed to follow fasting and austerity. Whom he has to show that I love you. So Krishna we offer grains to Krishna on Ekadashi. He enjoys the grains. But devotees should follow Ekadashi and even Mahaprasad, which is very dear to devotees, which for Mahaprasad devotees are very enthusiastic and excited and they run for it and they fight for it sometimes. Early morning when we are chanting uh, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we feel sleepy. And right that time somebody brings a plate of Mahaprasad. All the sleep will go away. So in ISKCON there is a sleeping mantra. That is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Many devotees feel sleepy when class starts. So sleeping mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Any patient of insomnia who doesn't get sleep, chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, he will get sleep. And there is waking up mantra, Mahaprasade Govinde. Any person sleeping deep sleep, you chant Mahaprasade, he will wake. We see that practically. Sleeping mantra and waking up. So Mahaprasad is very, very attractive to devotees. In fact, Mother Ganga, she approached Krishna and said, so many people are taking bath in me and depositing their sins in me. Uh, Lakhs of people every day are depositing millions of sins in me, and I am purifying them. Who will purify me? Especially in Kali Yuga, people are so sinful. Krishna said, don't worry, in Kali Yuga, my devotees will come and take bath in you and you will get purified. She will say, in Kali Yuga, everybody wear dhoti, kurta, tilak, kanti, saffron dress. How will I know who is your devotee? There may be cheaters. And Krishna said, there are three symptoms by which you can identify my devotee. First, they will always be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Second, they will always be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. And third, they will eat only Mahaprasad, nothing else. That is one great symptom of a devotee who likes to have only Mahaprasad, not unoffered food. But on Ekadasi, devotees even don't eat grain Mahaprasad. That is the strictness to be followed for our spiritual advancement, that is sadhana bhakti. But Krishna is offered the grains and they can be honored next day. Next day we can take those grains offered on Ekadashi. So Jagdish and Hiranya had offered nice grains Mahaprasad to the deity, to the Shaligram Shila. And Nimai said, I want Mahaprasad offered to the deity, Shaligram Shila. All the people were surprised. What you're asking is impossible. On the day of Ekadashi, how can we give grains to you? And they contacted Jagdish and Hiranya that is it really true? And they said, yes, we just offered many items full of grains to our deity. How does this boy know? How does a small boy know there is offering going on in some faraway house? And how does he know it is very nice, opulent offering? Jagannath Mishra was surprised. He said, this is impossible. How can I go to somebody's house and tell them what you have offered to your deity? Give me. Nimai said, if you want to save my life, I need that Mahaprasad. Now the matter became very serious. So they went to Jagdish and Hiranya and they told him the whole story and they were surprised. And they said, definitely our Gopal has appeared in the body of your boy. This is our Gopal who is asking for prasad to us. Generally, we offer to the deity and the prasad is left as it is. But now Gopal is want to personally eat it through the body of this boy. They took all their offerings and gave to Nimai, and Nimai was so happy. Every offering he put his hand and took little, and some fell down on the ground, and some went in the air. The way he was eating, like small children eat, little bad manners. Some falls on their clothes, some falls on their body, face, hand. Some falls on the ground, some falls on the bodies of other devotees. That is how he was eating, and the grains were flying. And he took every single morsel, every single item he took little. I said, now I am fine. So Nimai thought Not only to do Ekadashi, he actually exposed himself that I am Vishnu, I don't have to follow Ekadashi. But nobody could recognize. They all thought it is a naughty, childish activity. They didn't recognize he is Vishnu, and Vishnu doesn't has to follow Ekadashi. But very intelligently he introduced Ekadashi, and very intelligently he introduced himself as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it was secret, Channa Avatar. Nobody could realize it. So that's Nimai. So when in sadhana bhakti, we should follow the rules and regulations of bhakti. We should very strictly follow Ekadashi. As I said, it is not just by eating, not by refraining from grains. It is not just by not eating food we will get Krishna. Fasting is for our purification, to increase our bhakti. Just by fasting, just by omitting our breakfast or lunch or dinner, we don't get Krishna. Just by not eating, we don't get Krishna. We get Krishna by chanting. So main thing is to increase our bhakti, increase our chanting. And Krishna is very merciful. We chant, he always takes care of us, he maintains us, he protects us. There's one very interesting pastime in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would travel village to preach. And many scholars and atheists and Vedic scholars and modern educationists, he preached to them and converted them to Vaishnava. And in one village he reached, the village was mostly Buddhist population, and the villagers would follow one Buddhist leader, and he had many disciples, and he had control over the village, and he was very big scholar, and he would preach Buddha's ninefold path of dharma, ahimsa, parodharma, non-violence. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the village and started preaching, this Buddhist leader with his disciples came and he started debating and arguing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in front of the full public, in front of the full village. And gradually he presented his points, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated every single point of the Buddhist leader and established Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. And the village was so happy, they clapped and clapped. They were very happy to hear the perfect arguments of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Buddhist leader was defeated. And he felt very insulted and he left the place. Next day he came back with a very big steel plate with rice and vegetables and told Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, I am surrendered to you. Yesterday you were very merciful on me. You presented perfect arguments. I want to offer you service. This is Mahaprasad for you. But actually he had come to take revenge. What he has done is in that steel plate with very big mountain of rice and vegetables, he had eaten pieces of meat. And in the name of Mahaprasad, he thought he will give to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would accept and honor it, eat it, and while eating, the meat will get exposed. Then he will call all the villagers and say, look, yesterday he was showing himself as a Vaishnava sannyasi, but actually he likes to eat meat. I will expose him, and the villagers will beat him up, and that is how I will defeat him. That was his plan. So he came with his disciples with a plate of rice, hidden meat inside. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his pastime, he accepted it innocently that, okay, very nice, Mahaprasad rice, thank you very much. But before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could touch it and take it from his hand, suddenly a very big eagle came and took the plate in the beak and flew off. And when the eagle flew off, the plate was not held properly. So all the rice and the vegetables and the meat fell down on the Buddhist disciples' body. All dal and rice and everything. And all the villagers saw meat falling down. And they realized this fellow was actually taking revenge and cheating and doing adharma. He was fraud. And then the eagle dropped this big steel plate directly on the head of Buddhist Guru, and he fell unconscious and he died. And all the disciples were shocked. They started crying and they realized their offense. And they went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and begged forgiveness and paid obeisances. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them, if you chant Hare Krishna, I will forgive you. So all the Buddhist disciples, they chanted Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then they said, our spiritual master, he did offense to you, but we have affection for him. Can you please help him out? He said, the only way is you go and in his ears you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Generally, a guru gives mantra to his shishya, to his disciple, by chanting in the ears. So he made the disciples initiate their guru by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the disciples went and in the ears of Buddhist leader, they chanted Harinam and the Buddhist leader became conscious again. In that way, one who was guru became a disciple and one who was disciple became a guru. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who can today make a king into a poor beggar and who can today make a poor beggar into a king. So we should never be proud, thinking that I am great, or I am powerful, or I am wealthy, or I am beautiful, or I am skilled, or I am opulent, or I am a scholar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can make a hero into a zero in one moment, and he can make a zero into a hero in another moment. So what we do is we just understand that I am servant of servant of servant of servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Das, 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 Anudas. Not boss, 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 super boss. No. The only way to practice bhakti 24 hours is Trinadapi Sunichena Taror Iva Shaishvana Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, this sloka of Shikshastakam, one should make a write it down, make a pendant and put it in their neck. 24 hours, one should remember this sloka, that to be humble, to be tolerant, to give respect to others, and not expect respect for oneself. Then one can practice Kirtanya Sada Hari, then one can do 24 hours. And this is not just false sentiment. This is very essential for our spiritual advancement that we develop these qualities of humility and tolerance and amanena manadena, that give respect to others and not want any respect for myself. Then we will very easily advance in devotional study. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. श्री चैतन्य चैतामृत की जय, श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. If there are any comments or questions, you may please ask. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, when we offer grains to Krishna on Ekadasi. Yes, we offer through them. Yes. We offer through them. Yes. We offer. Huh? It's online. Yeah, so we offer through Guru. Our offering process is same. Okay. That's the question. I don't know. I Okay. The question is on Ekadashis. Sometimes some devotees use normal salt, and somebody insist on rock salt. So generally rock salt is used, but I don't know. Mataji, we use normal salt here. We use we use. Okay, we can use Mataji is perfect. We can use. If you have a confusion, just use rock salt. But otherwise, it's okay. Normal salt. I also not heard much difference. What is the difference? Normal salt. What is it mixed? Okay. So maybe we'll have to find out how. I don't know normal salt how it is made. It is made and there's some grain or some contamination we can definitely avoid. So if there's a confusion, better use rock salt. It's available in the market, right? Then better use rock. Yes. Right. Thank you. Okay, come again. B on Ekadashi. No, but if we take grains on Ekadashi, we get sin. If we eat grains on other days, we will not be sinful. Offered. But grains on Ekadashi is sinful. But no, it's not a double. It's not double. No, no, I understand. It's not double. Krishna is very merciful. Okay. Okay. We'll end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.